What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Los Angeles Lakers, they're making another move, and I'm a big fan of this one, bringing in Marcus Smart. The Wizards are going to waive him, and basically I think it's a 2-year, $11 million deal or something like that for Marcus Smart to go to the Lakers. And I really love this. One, because I've been a big Smart guy. That sounds so arrogant. I've been a big Marcus Smart fan since he was at Oklahoma State. I wanted the Lakers to draft him the year we drafted Julius Randle because I really liked what Smart did. Obviously, Randle is the more productive player in terms of statistics, but if everybody remembers that draft, the Celtics picked him one spot ahead of the Lakers. So I kind of got screwed on draft night. But it's coming back because we're like 10 years later now, and he's finally on the team. So I guess I got my wish just a decade later. So ultimately what he does is he's going to fill a very important need for the Lakers because they don't really have point of attack defense, at least at a high level. This is what Marcus Smart does. Former defensive player of the year, point of attack, lockdown defender, streaky shooter. He is like 33% from three, but he has those games where he hits 4 or 5 of them. On the flip side, he has those games where he goes 1 for 10. You kind of have to just live with it as a Marcus Smart experience, because you know he's going to be doing the effort plays, he's going to be taking charges, he's going to be guarding the other team's best player. Those are things you have to live with those types of guys. He's a leader. He's one of those dudes that doesn't back down. That's kind of something that backcourt needs in terms of just somebody that's playing with an edge. Reeves plays with an edge to a degree. Luka, we know, plays with one. But those guys aren't exactly what you call defense. So Marcus Smart is going to fit in perfectly with that, to where I think your lineup, I don't know if they would do it like this, but you could go like Reeves, Smart, Luka. I mean, I'm just saying, like, kind of going by size here. And then LeBron and then Ayton. You could kind of do that, and you have enough three-point shooting, you have enough defense, and you have some rim protection. Like, it makes sense. Or you could bring Smart off the bench, or maybe there's the conversation with Reeves off the bench. I don't know. I doubt that comes to fruition, but ultimately, they have a little bit of room to make something shake there, because the bench unit now, you can run basically, you have Gabe Vincent who's still on the team, Jared Vanderbilt still on the team, Dalton Knecht still on the team, even though he's been kind of stinking it up in Summer League. Jake LaRavia, who was a good pickup. And then who's another one? Oh, there's Rui, obviously. Rui may be a starter, right? So you could kind of mix and match how you want to do this. It could be something any given night, depending who we're playing. We have a little bit different lineup, right? If you're playing a bigger team, you probably want bigger size. If you're playing a smaller team, you might want more point of attack, Marcus Smart-ish kind of flow. So ultimately, yeah, this is a better team than it was at the end of last season. In my opinion, I think they're a lot better. I know we lost Dorian Finney-Smith, and that is a big loss because of what he does defensively, but he's not really like a secondary creator. He's a solid rebounder. He's not a great rebounder. So, like, he's a good player, but Marcus Smart can kind of fill in those things that he was doing, and he's a better creator with the ball in his hands. So, I think they got a little bit better in that switch off overall. Now, the big caveat with Smart right now is he's played like 54 games in the past 2 years, so got to stay healthy, right? But the last 2 years, he's been on teams that were like the Grizzlies 2 years ago, where they were just annihilated with injuries, and it was just like, what's the point of bringing him back? So that's kind of how that went down. And then with the Wizards this year, where they were tanking and kind of, letting the young guys go and things like that. So ultimately, I love this pickup. I really do love this pickup. I want to know what you think of this pickup for the Lakers. I think it was a good decision across the board because he fits a very specific need. He can space the floor a little bit from game to game. Obviously, it's going to be very hit or miss, but you're going to get somebody that's taking charges, locking out the other team's best player, will set some screens, will knock down an open three here and there, and can drive to the rim and plays with attitude. So ultimately, I'm a big fan of this move. I know Celtics fans are probably a little sick seeing, a guy that was supposed to be a Celtics lifer wearing purple and gold now. But as a fan of Marcus Smart for the last decade, and as a Lakers fan the last 28 years of my life, I love this pairing. Now, I do know we are maxed on roster spots, so somebody's getting cut. It's probably Shake Milton, or, that's kind of the name that I saw getting thrown around a lot, was he'll probably be the one that they cut to bring in Smart. But they've got I'm going to count them up right now, guys that I think can play NBA minutes, right? I'm not saying these are going to be your 8 guys that you play in a playoff series and ride to the death, but you have Ayton, Luka, Rui, Braun, obviously, Connect, Laravia, let's keep going, Austin Reeves. I'm going down like the ESPN roster list right now. You have Vanderbilt, you have Gabe Vincent, you have Smart, and then there's guys like I liked what Jordan Goodwin did last year. I thought he was pretty impactful in his minutes. Obviously you have Maxi Kleber, you have Jackson Hayes. These aren't like really good players by any means at this point in the roster, but they've got 11 or 12 guys that can play NBA minutes, and obviously Bronny's looked pretty good in Summer League too, so maybe he gets a little bit of burn, but they've got 11 or 12 guys that can play minutes, and I'm not gonna be like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I shouldn't run into that too much. Obviously, it's going to happen at certain points in the season, but for the most part, they should have guys that are competent out there. So you have 11 or 12 that should be competent. You need 8 in the playoffs. You need 8 guys that you can full-blown trust are going to make plays. Yeah, so ultimately, I think they got like 11 or 12 guys that can play NBA minutes. Do they have the 8 that you need in a playoff series? I think we're probably closer to like 7 right now, depending how things shake out and if guys develop or not. But I think they're better than they were last year. I think they should have a better season this year. I think it was important that Luka was apparently the one that was helping kind of try to bring Marcus Smart in. So if you have Luka recruiting for you, I like that already, because everybody knows the main program for the Lakers right now is just keep Luka long term. That's the idea. I think they are trying to win this year. I do think they are. I think they kind of do know that there is like a tier list and they're not at the top tier. But they should be able to give somebody a run for their money. And obviously, we still got to go an entire offseason and 82 games before the playoffs and stuff like that. But, on paper, I really like the roster. I think it's better than it was last year. I think certain guys are in contract years and need to make the most for what they got. And, I think this is fun. I think it's going to be a fun year for Lakers fans. I think JJ Redick's going to be perfectly equipped to coach this team. And I think Marcus Smart's kind of one of those guys that you inject into a team and it brings life to them. So, yeah. What do you think of the Marcus Smart signing? Do you think the Lakers are better at this point now than they were 2 months ago? Let me know. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. I appreciate you for watching, but it should be fun, and Lakerland is here as long as people just stop being drama queens and just go play ball. So, yeah, that's all I got for you, but I'm done. Peace.